YouTubers and everybody that comes into my channel. This is the Comic Guy, and today video, pretty much I want you guys, before anything, I want you guys to get to know, before the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, for all those that don't know Spider-Man that much, I'm going to dedicate a couple of videos on a couple of superheroes so people can know who they are, because there's a lot of newcomers that are coming in to watch the movies, but don't really know. They just know pretty much what they've seen. Just a little bit history on the characters. And today's video pretty much is going to be a little bit history and a little bit of info on Spider-Man itself. And hope you guys enjoy. Pretty much everybody knows Spider-Man, and it's pretty much on the stuff that he could do. Everybody knows that he could able to climb walls. His spider sense, or his sixth sense, that he could sense danger coming his way. His super strength. He has perfect balance and equilibrium, and he got super speed and agility. A lot of people just know about his super strength and his wall climbing. Nobody really knows. Like Spider-Man 1, they kind of messed up because Spider-Man, his web did not come out from his hand. He actually created pretty much how it's supposed to be. He created a web web slinger. Pretty much what you're gonna see in Homecoming and what he did in the Amazing Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man movie. They kind of did a couple of different things on how he was supposed to be. First of all, his first appearance, and I got everything written down because I wanted you guys to let you know. His first appearance of Spider-Man was back like in the 1960s. I believe probably at the end of 1960s. And at that time, a lot of the teenager superheroes that did come out, they didn't really have... They were basically more built for sidekicks, like pretty much Batman and like Robin, and Bucky with Captain America. And a lot of people didn't know that. And then here comes Stan Lee. Created Spider-Man. He didn't really have a mentor like Bucky did and Robin did. He pretty had to learn how to use his powers pretty much on his own. And he was an ordinary, shy, nerdy high school student that got bit by a radioactive spider, and he had to learn how to use his powers by himself. And pretty much that's pretty much how he became an iconic character, just like he did. So pretty much on his life story, and the only person that he had kind of like a mentor, but it wasn't like a hero mentor, was his Uncle Ben. And his Uncle Ben, unfortunately, died, and that's pretty much what happened. And that's how he got to learn, with great powers come great responsibility. That is a big landmark thing that has been with Spider-Man ever since. That's one big thing that with Spider-Man that a lot of people don't know. His big thing is, with great powers come great responsibility. Okay. And Uncle Ben told him that right before he died, and it always stuck by his mind. So pretty much, and then after the years, of course, they had to do the upgrades for every so often, because new comic fans started coming in. So they wanted to make Spider-Man pretty much like every other hero, go in with that generation, like Batman, and going into like the 80s with that generation, going to the 90s with that generation, going to the 2000s with that generation. They did the same thing with Spider-Man. So pretty much with Spider-Man, he was a shy, nerdy high school. He went to graduate, became a high school. He went to college, became a high school teacher, and then as we know him now, he's a photographer for the Daily Bugle. And pretty much that was how he developed into the comic books during the years. In 2000, I would say around 2010, that's when Spider-Man decided to actually join the Avengers. And for those that don't know, Avengers pretty much is the flagship superhero team of Marvel. Okay, so he joined the Avengers around 2010. So that's pretty much probably like 6 years ago. That's when he actually joined the Avengers. So he wasn't an Avenger before that. He was pretty much on his own. He did collab with different heroes, but pretty much he joined the Avengers at that time. Um, there was a story arc also. Everybody knows his big nemesis is Doctor Octopus. That's one of his biggest nemesis. And Doctor Octopus, there was like a body swap story arc, and he actually did Spider became Spider Man for a while, and I believe between almost 2 years, between 2012 and 2014. It was called Body Swap, and Doctor Octopus body swap with Spider Man, and vice versa. And he actually became Spider Man for a while, and that's pretty much 2 years from 2012 to 2014. Um, and then also Marvel also during the years also established published alternate versions of Spider-Man. You're talking about the 2099 Spider-Man. It's pretty much the future Spider-Man. It wasn't Peter Parker. It was actually Michael O'Hara. Another version of the Spider-Man when they did the Spider-Man universe was Miles Morales, and pretty much everybody know who's Miles Morales is now. And I'm gonna do another one about him later on because pretty much I want to concentrate on the main Peter Parker, the main person now. So Miles Morales Miles Morales recently took over the mantle for Spider Man after his supposed death of Peter Parker. Um, so that's how he became Spider Man for a while. Um, I don't know what's been going on lately. I honestly tell you, I have to actually catch up in the last year or so. But pretty much, this is what all the information that I got that I could find for you guys. Um, Spider Man has become a commercially, socially character that everybody knows all around the world. Everybody knows Spider Man. I mean, you're talking about movies, television shows, animated series, pretty much a whole bunch of stuff with Spider Man that everybody knows. I mean, you got games, you have movies, you have animated series, um, and he is pretty much like the mascot of Marvel. I can honestly tell you, everybody knows Spider Man. All the kids love Spider Man. They want to be like Spider Man because Spider Man pretty much is like a teenager. They kind of kept him as a teenager, even though during the years he did grow. He did grow, but it just kept on going over and over again. And now, I mean, and you went. They went through what? I would say recently we went through three different Spider Mans. We went to Tobey Maguire. We went Andrew Garfield, and now Tom Holland. That Spider Man came into the Marvel universe. But the first portrayal of live action, it was back in 1977. That's pretty much almost 40 years ago. The first portrayal live action was by Nicholas Hammond. It was a television film. He actually and he actually and I remember those movies because I'm a pretty older guy, guys, and I remember those movies. And I always loved Spider Man since I was a kid. I had a big plush Spider Man toy that threw some goo, kind of like web coming out. I grew up with Spider Man. I always loved Spider Man. I always said, man, if I could become any hero that I could ever want to become, I will become Spider Man. And pretty much during the years, everything has changed. I mean, they started coming out with the cartoons. He just became so famous. And then when they made the first movie of Spider Man with Tobey Maguire, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. They did a Spider Man movie. Then Andrew Garfield. It's just getting better and better and better. So just just looking at that, it was totally great. Um, Now, there and it's I'm going through different steps. Um, Now, through there was a period, and I don't know if you guys remember, Spider-Man actually had the black suit um with the white spider. Pretty much everybody knows pretty much the black suit because of Venom. What was going on with Venom was from 1984 to 1988, 4 years Spider-Man went wearing the suit. He actually got that suit and originated back in a story arc that he went to outer space with a whole bunch of heroes and villains. It was called the Secret Wars. And he actually got that suit, and then actually was revealed later on that that actually was an alien symbiote, and it was turning Spider-Man to a different person, and he struggled to release himself from the symbiote, and then when he did, um, that's when the suit actually found Brock and became Venom, and then hated Spider-Man, always wanted to kill Spider-Man, and that pretty much how that became one of his worst nemesis, Venom. And you have to say, I mean, he went through. He has how many? He has so many nemesis. I would say Green Goblin was one of his first nemesis. Doctor Octopus pretty much is one of his worst nemesis. Pretty much every hero that he encountered pretty much stays in that Spider-Man universe, because you don't really see like Doctor Octopus going to like the X-Men universe or anything else. His villains stay pretty much in that universe, and that's pretty much what I like about the whole Spider-Man. I mean, he's super strong, super fast, super agile. He's a smartass. That's one thing that I like about him. He's a smartass. Um, and during the years, everything has changed. So I just can't wait to actually see the twists that they're gonna do in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So let's hopefully we could see a new version of the Spider-Man that we've been so used to. And I hope they don't come out, because one thing I did not like about Spider-Man the original movie was that every villain he was trying to convince to become good again. And I hope that don't work, because a villain is a villain. That's pretty much what I say. But I hope this guys helps you out a little bit on a little bit of history of Spider-Man. If you like the video, make sure you press like. If you like me to add anything else or any other changes, make sure to always press leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this video. And I'll see you guys later. This is the Comic Guy. Peace.